Well, I don't know exactly what channel this is going to go on, but it's going to go on one of them. Welcome back. You guys know me, Dalton, met Jack, of course, if you've been watching the channel at all. A while back, about 11 hours ago, my buddy made a video and posted it on YouTube talking about some past events from 2019 to actually recent, about what's going on in his life and what's happened. As someone who's played a half decent, pretty big role in what happened for him to have to do this, I figured I should probably make one too. Dalton Bellows grew up in Kansas with Cole Bowers. Well, as his story started in probably, I think he said something like, well, I don't think he actually said what date. Well, back in, I guess it would have been either July or June of 2019. I had just gotten out of 7th grade. Or no, yeah, 7th grade. Can you go away? I love you, you furry bastard, but go away. As of July and January of 2019, I would have been or just out of 7th grade. He would have, well, he was homeschooled because he got kicked out of the one high school in town. So yeah, well, me and him, we'd, with a couple of other buddies, we'd go out and we'd party, hang out, drink, smoke. Mostly have cigarettes. Every once in a while, we'd get some weed. Lots and lots of damn beer. Well, in the midst of that, he started seeing a chick. I'll respect his wishes and keep her name out of it. And Belleville was a rural town, real small. Right next to it, Clyde was another real small town. But this chick, she lived in Clyde. Belleville is 13 miles away from Clyde. You can't walk that. Well, you could, but not out there in the middle of the night. You'd get eaten by something or picked up by the police. So he boosted his grandparents' car. Remember, it was a Bravada. It's like a little SUV. Remember, every once in a while I'd go with him. He'd pick me up. We'd go out there. They'd hang out. I'd go hang out at the park that they parked at. Smoke some cigarettes. Hang out for a little bit. Well, during all that, he got caught a couple times doing it. This would have been June, late June. He got caught, and then me and some other buddies went out partying 4th of July and that week or so thereafter. And on the 7th of July 2019 at like 3 in the morning, I got picked up, drunk off my ass by the county sheriff. They took me in, simple shit. They didn't put me in the drunk tank or anything. I lived right down the block. They gave me a ride. And then after that, I had to go to a court date. It was the Tuesday after. It was a Saturday when I got arrested. But no, it turned out I got in a lot less trouble for something a lot bigger than what he got in trouble for. That's because my mom handled it differently than his parents did. With my mom, well, we were poorer than dirt, so I had all the fines that they were trying to put me with transferred into hours for community service. At the end of it, I had, I think, 36 hours, and I had to go to Concordia, which is a 30-mile drive from Belleville. Luckily, we had buses and stuff for that, public transport. No, I'd ride with my mom on the bus. I figured at this point I was 13, somewhere around there. And at that point, I think it was a weekend. I went from, I think it was 8 to 3 or something. I know it was 6 hours a day or something like that. No, it had to have been. No, it was 10. I think it was 10 to 2 or something. I can't remember exactly. I remember it was 6 hours a day. Um, but no, I went, did all of my community service except for 1 hour. I had to leave early because my mom got done with treatment early and she couldn't sit around. Um, but about a week into doing community service, I went out and got drunk at a party again, and I got that. It's really shitty. It's faded on the one side. Everyone swears up and down it looks like a stick and poke, but it was actually done with a tattoo gun. But he didn't go back over half of it, and the half he did go over, he was real sloppy on the lines. I remember Cole had on, I think it was the same arm that I got this stuff on. He has Norse symbols down right here, and then on this part of his arm, he had a guitar, like a really bad acoustic guitar that he had done. Actually, I think he did it himself. But no, after that, did my community service. He got shipped off after, well, he got in a fight with his brother, I think it was. That, and he was still smoking and doing all the stuff. I think he got piss tested, got in a fight with his brother. He got put in juvie for the 3 weeks. He got out, and then he actually lost his job right after I got done with community service, which would have been the end or mid-July. And school was getting back in September. I remember that. But no, by the end of July, he was in and out of juvie. He probably was out for like a week before he went back in. And then he was gone all of August. And then September 7th, my last period of the day, first day of school, I had a broken toe because I wrecked my bike. I was walking around with a limp. But no, a county sheriff came into my last period class, which was an ag class. It was out in the outbuilding, not in the actual school. And they asked me to come to the principal office, which is a really weird office. I went there. I sat there for about half an hour. They told me to get in the car. They were taking me to the little county sheriff place. Went there, sat there for like 2 hours. It felt like forever. And then they asked me if I wanted anything from my house. I told them no, because I had my bag and all my stuff. Didn't really have anything at the house anyways that they'd let me take with me. They took me to Bristol, which is an hour and a half drive away from Belleville. It's a bigger town. I spent a week there, and then at the end of the week, I got a phone call. Well, the person who was taking care of me got a phone call, and then they sat down and talked to me. I had two options, basically. Foster care in Kansas, or moving with my grandpa in Washington. And obviously, you know what choice I made. I moved in with my grandpa. Or I could have gone to court and fought the state with my mother, but couldn't afford an attorney if we wanted to, and the state attorneys are trash. But no, I pretty sure if he wouldn't have been hanging out with me all the time, he wouldn't have been doing half the shit he did. Of course, then again, I guess if I wasn't hanging out with him, I wouldn't have done half the shit I did. But no, he's finally home. I know it's gonna be a couple more years before I see my mom again. But no, well, he shared his story. I figured I'd share a little bit of mine. You know, sex, drugs, and alcohol. That's how it goes in Kansas. But no, really don't got much other than to say. I mean, you should go check out his channel. I think the channel he posted under was, I think it was just Cole Bowers. You know how to spell Cole Bowers. It's Bowers, I believe. It's been a while since I've spelled it out. But no, he spent a long time working on himself. I've done the same, only he went through counseling. I sat in a basement. Um, no, it's been a trip for sure. I hope he's doing better. But if you did watch it, thank you for letting me share my experience with you. And if you didn't, oh well. Go watch something better. Thank you. Comment your thoughts. If you liked it, like it. If you hated it, let me know. And as always, subscribe. Hey, I gotta live off this stuff. See you guys later.